Well, I may have bought myself a little bit of an impulse buy Christmas present this year, and I'm just getting around to using it now. Stick around to show you what I got. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Corey. This is the Hill Custom Lumber YouTube channel. So we'll get to my little spur of the moment Christmas present I bought for myself, which actually isn't so little, in a minute. But remember about a couple of videos ago I made that video on that Slabathor automatic slab flattening jig. If you didn't see that, go back, check that out. It's a pretty neat machine. Basically, if you missed it, it's just a automatic carriage that carries your router back and forth and flattens big slabs or countertops or whatever you need to flatten. Well, I mentioned in that video I needed to make a table for that to make it a more permanent, better setup. And I think I mentioned I was going to make a video. Well, I intended to, but you know, work life gets in the way here. And I've been kind of working on this table behind me over the past week. And honestly, when I started, I thought, well, I just want to get this done. I don't think you guys watching me weld is going to be that interesting. So I just went ahead and got some steel in and made up this table. Obviously, it's upside down right now. I've been primed and painted it over the last 2 days. But as I was priming and painting it, I realized there's an addition I want to make to this. And while I'm doing it, I want to do it the right way. I figured there's no better time to play around with my new toy. So what I need to do here to this table yet, I didn't prime and paint all the way up to the top. I originally was just going to leave this tube steel as the legs, and actually this side is getting wheels. If you can see, I drilled a hole there for the axle so I can wheel this thing around. But I was just going to leave these open. And then I got to thinking, well, this is a 12-foot long table. It's going to be used different places. It certainly is going to be on some unlevel ground. And I was thinking, well, I could just, you know, I always have scraps of wood around. I can just shim up, you know, if it's not sitting level. And I thought that's kind of bush league. If I'm taking the time to weld this whole nice flat table up, I should probably put some adjustable feet on it so I can level it. Well, you could do that the old-fashioned way and just, you know, cut a square here and drill a hole, weld it all up, you know, put a bolt on there. But I just so happen to have this brand new, very fancy toy that I bought myself for Christmas. Some of you may know what this is. Some of you are about to learn what this is. But I bought myself a Langmuir Systems Crossfire Pro CNC plasma cutter. That's a pretty big Christmas present. Well, ends up, I've been shopping around for one of these for honestly like 2 years. I've wanted one of these. It's been on my wish list, and the deal just popped up and it was too good to pass up. So I did buy this one used, which saved me quite a bit of money. It is a really neat machine. So if you don't know what a CNC plasma cutter is, basically, if you know what a plasma cutter is, I've used them on the channel before. They're basically for cutting steel. And so we have a plasma cutter mounted to this gantry system, and it obviously uses a computer, and this thing can cut out any kind of design you want on sheet metal. I know you're thinking, well, you're a wood guy. Why do you want that? Well, I've said this before. Wood is my business. Wood's my job. I like playing around as a hobby. I like fabricating. I like doing a little bit of metal work, stuff like that. And I want to kind of go further down that road and just, you know, kind of as a hobby. I know you're probably thinking, well, why wouldn't you just buy a wood CNC if you wanted to get into this stuff? Well, I have a couple customers that do wood CNC work. They do laser engraving. They do an excellent job, a better job than I'm ever going to teach myself to do. So if I need something in that realm, I just, you know, go to them. I'm not going to compete against my own customers. So I really, honestly, as much as I work with wood, I think they're fascinating. I have no interest in getting into that stuff myself. But metal, totally different. This is something I can play around with on the side. And I have hundreds of different ideas in my head of what I can do with this thing. You can make parts for, if you guys have been watching the channel, you know I MacGyver and fab up a lot of my own stuff. So this is going to make it way easier to make some custom parts, signs. In fact, well, I was playing around this morning because I'm learning the ropes on this thing, and was just nutsing around. Made myself a little cat sign there out of metal, and it's not perfect. I'm still working out the bugs, but I just happen to have some cat yellow spray paint here, so I shot some spray paint on that, and I thought that came out pretty neat. Like I said, it's not perfect. There is a severe learning curve to a machine like this. Honestly, that's why I haven't bought one up until now, and also it's why I pulled the trigger on it and decided, well, I'm just going to do it, because I think I told you guys when I stopped making YouTube videos weekly that I wanted to kind of branch out and try something new, and I always believe you got to be kind of pushing yourself and learning new things. Well, this has been pushing me very hard. This has not been an easy thing at all. Like I mentioned, I bought this used, so like anytime you buy something used, there were a few little hiccups I had to figure out. Problems, some of them that I caused when I set up. There was a problem with the actual electronics, a little glitchy thing that took me a while to wrap my head around. I'm just finally this week getting this thing up and running that I can actually use it. The programming of it is pretty steep. This is not a machine for somebody that hates computers. And I will say I do not love computers. I'm not really a tech guy. I'm much more of a mechanical, turn wrenches guy. And that's why I had to just buy this thing and dig into it and learn it. Because just like when I started YouTube, sometimes you just got to push out of your comfort zone and just keep moving forward. I'm a big believer in you got to be challenging yourself, pushing yourself into new things. I don't like to get complacent. So this is just one of those things. I sunk the money into it and I figured, well, now I got to learn how to do it. So I've been working my way through it, and I'm so far happy to actually cut some steel this week. Not much yet, but I'm starting to learn little by little how it works. It's another thing I cut. Little web gusset bracket for, like, 90-degree bracket for something. So there's literally thousands of different things you can do, applications of this. But back on track here. What I'm doing today with it, I'm going to cut out those 4 caps for the feet. And on my laptop here, get it logged in. I'm not going to show you my passcode. So that is basically what I designed. That's a CAD file I came up with, and now I have it uploaded into the program here. And basically I set all this up before I rolled the camera. So all we really have to do is click start, and I have not run this yet, so I don't know how it's going to come out. But in theory, if I did everything right, it should cut those 4 feet. So let's get set up and let's cut it. Well, I pulled 3 of them out. I got to go fishing for the last one. It fell down in the water table. This is a water table underneath. It just keeps all the fumes and mess and stuff and kind of helps contain it some. So let me dig around with the pliers, see if I can find that one. Well, I know it's nothing too fancy, but I'm actually pretty proud of this because this is a program I created myself in CAD, programmed in CAM, and just cut out, and it actually worked. So I'm starting to learn what I'm doing here. It's very simple, but those came out pretty good. So I'm going to take them over to the grinder and just clean up the edges a little bit. Because of what it is, I don't need to get too fancy. It's just getting welded on the bottom here, but I'm going to clean them up a little bit, and then we're going to weld a nut on here, and then we'll have, you know, be able to use the bolt as an adjustable foot. I actually just had the thought here as I was looking at this. You know, I like this so much, why don't we just cut another set and we'll weld them onto the bolt here, and then we'll have a nice little foot pad. So I just reset the machine, and well, all I gotta do is click start and it'll cut me another 4 out, no problem. All right, paint's dry. Got my fancy little adjustable feet there. Put on my high performance Harbor Freight wheels. Let's get it flipped over and we'll wrap this up. Oh yeah. Ugh. Nobody can ever accuse me of building things light. That's for sure. Missed a spot with paint, I can see that. Jeez. Gently. Touchdown. Definitely got to go around and touch up some paint. Missed a few spots. Not the world's best painter. Basically, I got a big 12-foot by 4-foot dead flat table for running that Slab-a-Thor on. It's actually going to pull multiple jobs for me. I'll be able to use this as another extra glue-up table. Even maybe here in the shop for fabricating projects, it gives me a big flat surface to work on. So it's gonna be very handy. It's just an overall, something I've needed for a while. So it's actually gonna live most of its life outside. That's why I wanted to paint it, just to protect it. Doesn't necessarily need to look pretty because it's gonna live a hard life, but just to kind of protect it some. But it's a good start. I actually, tripping over my block. If you see these things, I actually built an overhead kind of gantry system with a sliding door track to carry my cords. If you remember from that Slab-a-Thor video, that was an issue. So that I already took outside, but that just drops in here and I can set that up. So I think it's gonna work pretty slick. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm really excited about that. That's going to be something over time as I get more comfortable with. I'm going to have a lot of fun with just making different odds and ends things, signs, parts, you name it. I don't think I mentioned, this is not actually part of the machine. The guy I bought it from had made this. So you can put a full sheet in there and it'll support it, which is actually nice because I broke down some full sheets earlier and that's nice. So that was kind of a little added bonus I got along with it. But so far, I'm pretty happy now. I'm starting to work the bugs out and learning. Just it's like any new tool. It takes a while till you get familiar with it. So totally different than woodworking. I know this is not our normal video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Maybe pick something up. Maybe you're curious about it. Langmuir Systems Crossfire Pro is what that is. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time.